Hey guys, my name is Joshua Otto. I'm a real estate agent here in Naples, Florida, and today I'm going to be doing a year-end review for 2025. Going to be looking at just all the stats, everything that's happened in the last year, even going to be going back into 2022, and just covering everything that has happened from then until now, and then my interpretation on where we're going in the future, what is going to happen to the Naples real estate market. So we're going to be looking at things like, what have the prices done? How many days on market are we at? And what's the supply? Like, are we in a buyer's market? Are we in a seller's market? Do we look like we're going to be in a buyer's market or seller's market in the future? And just be looking at the trends that have happened in the last few years. So if you've been on my channel before, welcome back. I appreciate you coming in. If you're new to my channel, again, my name is Joshua Otto. I'm a real estate agent here in Southwest Florida. I'm gonna be doing a lot of videos where I'm giving you advice on buying or selling a home, going over the market stats, and touring new communities, homes, and talking about local hotspots. So you're gonna wanna like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna get on. All right, so whenever we're in Naples, Florida. We're looking at prices, all property types, all bedrooms, just everything, right? Just overall Naples market. So right now we're looking at the median closed price. December 2025 closed at $570,000. November was at $545,000, $546,000. Then if you go back a year in December 2024, we were at $600,000, $575,000 for November. If you look at the beginning of 2025, we're actually at $654,000, almost $654,000. And then let's see, January 2024, we were at $602,000. I'd like to see December 2023, $625,000. $612,000 for January 2023, and January 2022 is $540,000. So, $570,000. It has gone up and down, in the last few years. It's at $570,000. The highest it was at was $654,000, which is January, beginning of this year. I've seen it, as you can see, it's gone from $540,000, $550,000 to $650,000 and just kind of done this the whole time. You can tell that in the season months, it really starts to jack up, which is January, February, March. Those prices seem to jack up, and then as soon as the season's over, they tend to just trend downwards, and that's pretty overall. Summer starts going down, season ramps back up, summer ramps down. You're gonna see that happens a lot with these trends. All right, so how many new listings did we get? December 2025, 1,011 new listings. November was right around 1,400. January, 2,300. The most that we've had in the last 4 years. Pretty wild, 2,300 new listings. 1,761 in February, 1,644 in March. So 1,234 December last year, 1,011 this year. So we're not getting as many new listings on the market as last year. We'll see what January does this year. We did have a lot of new homes hit the market in the last couple of weeks. I noticed, in the live overview, we've been getting a lot, like 300, 400 new listings a week. I don't think it's going to be a 2,300 though. I think it's going to be more like 2024 numbers, where we've got like 1,800, maybe 2,000, somewhere around there. I don't think it's going to be 2,300. I just don't see that happening, just based on what I've seen. I could be wrong. Maybe the live overview has got an error in it. Maybe it's not counting everything for whatever reason. But you can see January 2023 was 1,378. January 2022 was 1,299. So consistently, it's been going up and up and up every year. More and more homes are hitting the market, which is good for buyers. though recently we've noticed that it has been trending downwards. So, that being said, I think we're about to see a turnaround where it might even out this market rather than just consistently being a buyer's market. So homes for sale, December 2025, we had 5,700, just over. November 2025, 58. So it went down a little bit, actually, which you can see last year that did not happen. November 2024 is 5,600. December 2024 is 5,900. So we actually have less for sale than we had last year. January 2025 was 7,000, and it just went up 7,500, almost 76. Then almost 7,700 in March, which was the peak in the last 4 years. Then it started going down. April 74, and then really started going down 67, and May, then June 6,100, July 5,500. It really just started going down. A lot of sellers started taking their home off the market after season was over. Some, when expired, just decided just to let it go, take it off the market and wait until this season to put it back up. Some people just changed their mind entirely. They were just so disheartened by the market and that they weren't able to get the price they wanted. They weren't able to get it successfully sold, that a lot of people just got disheartened about this current market. They were just disappointed they weren't able to get those prime numbers that we got back whenever the real estate market was just really strong back in like 2021, 2022. You can see like it kind of season, it is consistent. You see this big hump here and there's a hump here. Season, you got all these homes for sale, really starts ramping up. And then after season's over, it kind of dips down a little bit. This season was really exaggerated. Very exaggerated. There's a lot of new homes that hit the market, and then a lot of homes got taken off the market. And here it's not as big of a hump. And even when you look at last year, they had this little tiny hump. This little itty bitty hump. Like you had 2,900 in January 2023. February 3,100. March 3,100. April 3,100, and then it went down in July 2,900. So really didn't change all that much at all. Yeah, I mean, we're almost at double what we were. We are over double what we were December 2022 when it comes to how many homes are on the market. So for a seller, that could affect you big time when it comes to how long it's going to take you to sell your home right now in this market. So if you're a seller right now in this current market and you're wondering why your home's not selling, well, look how many homes you got. Last 3 years, home inventory has doubled. And even like you look at January 2022, it was at 1,200. That's almost 5 times. That's wild. Almost 5 times the homes that we had for sale than January 2022. All right, how many homes are going under contract? This is pending sales. 576 was December 2025. November 2025, 684. Go to the beginning of the year, 741. Let's see, December, 493. So we have more homes going under contract currently than we had last year. It's a great sign for sellers. Market is improving. We're getting more activity. 601, 684. So yeah, it's doing a lot better. Let's see. January 833. So yeah. Overall, more homes are going under contract than so 741 and 833. Let's see, 942. Well, yeah, season in 2024 was better than 2025. There's no doubt about it. But as the year's ending, it is improving. So it's starting to get a little bit of a turning point there. March 2023 was 1,080, 1,014. So yeah, definitely not as strong as 2023 either. 833 in January, 926. Though our off season is doing almost as good as 2022, because you got December 546, 576. Let's see, I want to see right in the middle, July. It's one of the slowest months of the year. 599. So our off season did better than 2022. But you can see that was just the pinnacle. March 2022, over 1,200 homes going under contract, and 1,080 in March 2023, 1,014 March 2024, 942 March 2025. So just consistently going down and down and down. Though things aren't not selling, there are homes going under contract, just not as many. All right, and the total amount of sales, December 2025, we had 774 sales. November 2025, 507 sales. January 2025, 561. So we had more sales December 2025 than January 2025. That like never happens. What we had, well, here 492. No, I'm incorrect. December 2024 was 600. January 2024 is 492. February ramped right up to 645, 904 in March, and then 1,019 April 2024. And then 903 in April 2025. Yeah, this season just did not do as well as the prior seasons, that's for sure. There's not as much activity. Yeah, and you can see April 2022, 1,250 sales. May was 1,268. March 1,219. Very strong season in 2022. January 2022, 840. Yeah, so almost 300 less sales month. Month of January 2025 to January 2022. So yeah, market has definitely not done as well, but look at that December number. That is fantastic. I love seeing that, especially when you look at December 2022, 657. It's doing better than that. Let's look at December 2023. Yeah, this is the best December that we had overall. Better than 2024, better than 2023, better than 2022. Best December we've had in the last 3 years. That's fantastic. So let's go to days on market. I'm going to look at the average. So December 2025 was 94 days on market. November was 104 days on market. Go back to January 2025, 92 days on market. So over 3 months is taking on average to get somebody's home under contract and then get it sold. That is a long time to be on market. That's basically half of what a listing agreement is. You know, most of my listing agreements are 6 months. So half of the time of my listing agreement, it's taken me to get your home under contract. That's just on average in Naples. So if you've been on the market for a while, look at those numbers right there. I mean, we were over 100 for a while from July, all the way to November. Was over 100 days on market on average, and then it dipped down in December. And you can see, I mean, back in 2022, 24 days on market. The lowest it was April and May of 2022. It's 16 days on market, just a little over 2 weeks before you got your home under contract to get it sold. And then it just started going up. It was like pushing 2 months in 2023. In 2024, it was over 2 months, and then it just consistently started going up. And then end of 2024 started going to 3 months. 2025, it has pretty much been 3 months average, and then got up to the hundreds towards the middle and all the way to the end until December dropped down to 94. So it's taking longer to get your home under contract right now. It's not as much activity as you've seen. I think that now that we're getting, you can see less days on market now. Sales are increasing. The number of pending sales are better than last year. I think that we're going to start seeing an improvement for sellers here in the near future based on these numbers. Now let's look at month supply. So December was at 8.3. It actually went down. November 2025 was 8.7. January 2025 began the year at 10.5 months of supply. December 2024 was 8.9. So we're actually at less months supply than we were same time last year. That's a good sign for sellers. Now we are getting a lot of new homes on the market. You know, January 2025's numbers, you're going to see this months of supply start to go up. You're going to see the new listings start to go up. You're going to see all of that start to go up. And we were pushing 12 months of supply in the height of season last year, March 2025. We're at 11.6. I think that that we're not going to get as much month supply as last year. I think we're going to be somewhere in the 10 to 11 mark, but I don't think that we're going to be pushing 12 months of supply at all. I don't think that's going to happen again. I think we're going to have more absorption. We're going to have less homes on the market going in. We're going to have more homes going under contract. That's going to allow that months of supply to be lower, and it's a good thing for sellers. It's still going to be a buyer's market. So if you're a buyer and you're concerned about that, I really wouldn't be. I don't think it's going to be it's not going to hurt you at all. So I really wouldn't be worried about that at all. I think we're still going to be in a 10-month supply, and 6 months is considered to be an even market. It's not a buyer's or seller's market. I don't think that's going to affect you at all, buyers. If you look, I mean, we were in a seller's market from January 2022, 1 month of supply. That's wild. That's like nothing on the market. Things are just getting absorbed so quickly. And we were in a seller's market until it turned into a buyer's market right at January 2024 when it went above that 6 months of supply and was at 6.7, which is still a pretty even market. I wouldn't even consider that to be a seller's market. I would consider that this is even. Nothing to worry about here, sellers. You know, even whenever it got up to 7.7 in March 2024, not so much competition that it's impossible to sell. And then it dipped down a little bit, but as soon as season started creeping around, all of a sudden, all the sellers wanted to put their home on the market, and inventory just skyrocketed last year. I remember it was wild. We were seeing like 500 new listings at the market every week. There was just so many homes hitting the market. So we're going to look at the percent of list price. I'm going to go to the average. So December 2025, we closed out at 94.4% list to sell price. So almost 5%. That's good. That's great for a seller. The biggest it was April 2022 at 101%. So buyers, if you were buying back in 2022 and you weren't offering at least over asking price, you probably weren't going to get it based on these stats. I mean, January 2022 was 100%. So all the average listings were selling for what they were asking for at the beginning of 2022. And most sellers were getting above. And then it started creeping its way down to 96.5. And then it was floating between 96 to 96.5. And then it creeped down below in 2024, below 96. Middle of 2024, went to 95. And let's see. Yep, December 2024, 95%. We're 94.4% now. So, I'm just going to call that 95%. If you're a buyer and, you're buying in this market right now, you should be offering around 95% to get the home that you want. If you're offering way below that, just don't be surprised whenever your offer gets denied. Just based on the stats, sellers aren't going to accept it. They can get 95% of what they're asking for right now, as long as they're priced competitively. Sellers, if you're not priced competitively, then you're just going to help your neighbor sell their home. That's just the fact. Yeah, the lowest it was August 2025, 93.8. And then it creeped its way back upwards. And I think we're going to see this trend upwards in the season too. I would not be surprised if we see this getting in the 95s again. And I just say that because of the total sales increasing, days on market going down, homes for sale going down. We don't have as many new listings hitting the market as we were last year. So based on that, I think we're going to see this continue to trend upwards a little bit, not a lot. I don't think it's going to go really much past that 95% mark. But I do see it going upwards. All right, so price per square foot. I'm going to go average. December 2025 was $430 per square foot. That was the average. Went down $1 from November 2025. Let's look at when it was at the pinnacle, which was January 2025. $521 per square foot. That was the average. So it went down almost $100 per square foot since the beginning of the year. But then December 2024 was at $434. And it's down $4 from then. If you go back in time, you see that, well, in season at least, it does tend to trickle upward. Though it went down from 521 to 476. But all it really takes is a few multi-million-dollar homes to go under contract at the end of the year and sell in 2025 and or 2026 for that number just to jack up. That's all it takes. You sell a few big ones and then that number gets jacked up. Because this is overall, this is everything. It could be a few homes in Port Royal sells. That's going to help that number go up. Now, dollar volume, this is a really important one. This is showing how much real estate we're actually selling. So December 2025, we had $830 million worth of real estate get sold. November 2025, 554. So you see that just went upward. It skyrocketed. The pinnacle was April 2025, which is the end of season, which most people are shopping in February and March. Was $1.2 billion. That is huge. That is a huge number. That's how much real estate we sold in that month. March 2025 was $1 billion. February 2025 was $770 million. January 2025 was $732 million. And then let's look at how December last year compares to this year. $616 million, almost 617, to 830 million. So that just shows right there that the market has improved. We have more people buying. We have more real estate selling. That shows it right there, that things have improved in the last year. And even in season, we did pretty good. It was a strong season. We sold $1.1 billion in April 2024, which was the pinnacle, and $1.2 billion in 2025. And then $1.1 billion in May, and then May of this year was $845 million. March was $1 billion last year. It was $1 billion this year. Let's see, January 2025, 730 million, 540 million. So 200 more million worth of real estate sold at the beginning of this year to the beginning of last year. Which I want to see how many homes sold. 561, 492. So to me, that says that the higher dollar homes were selling better this year than last year. And then even May 2022 is $1.4 billion. I mean, we sold the most real estate that we've sold in the last 3 years last year. So we did pretty good last year. It was a good number. It really spiked. It wasn't really rounded out like 2024 where you got March, April, and May pretty consistent with each other. It just spiked and then just shot down. Even here, I mean, man, that was a strong season. 1.2, 1.4, 1.4. Wow. All right, so shows depending. I'm going to go average on this one too. This is how many times you got to show your home to get under contract. So December 2025, basically 10 times you got to show your home. Same with November 2025. Let's look at January. Basically the same. 9.9, 9.8. 10 times you got to show your home to get it sold. The biggest it was 12.8 in 2024. August 2023 was 14.5. January was 13 in 2023. And then in 2022 was 16. And you might be wondering why was it so many more times I had to show my home in 2022 to 2025. The reason being is that more people were looking at your home. It was taking less time to sell your home because you were getting so much more traffic. With it being 9.8 shows to pending, and if you look on the days on market, 94, that's basically you're showing it once every 10 days. And then if you go to January 2022, 24 days on market was the average. And then you got 16 showings that you did in those 24 days. I mean, you're showing it like what? Here, let me do my math. 24 divided by 16. So yeah, 1.5 times a day. So 1 to 2 times a day, one to every 2 days, somebody's coming and looking at your home. And that's why you're showing it more back then than you are now. So you're showing it less, you're not getting as many people in your home. That's really it right there. So if you're getting a showing every 10 days right now, you're average. That's typical. If you're getting less, if you're getting one person every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then you're probably priced a little too high. You need to adjust that price. Especially if your realtor's already got great marketing done, they got a photographer in, videography, drone, walkthrough, all of that stuff. They've got it on Zillow and Realtor.com, Homes.com, the MLS, everywhere. If they're doing all of that and you're still not getting your home under contract, then you're probably priced too high. Now let's look at how many times people are showing their listing every single month. 2.6 months on average in December 2025. 2.6 times in the month of December. 2.8 times in November. January 2025 was basically three times you're showing your home per month. And then January 2024 was 4 times per month. January 2023 was 6 times per month. And January 2022 was 10.5. So basically 11 times a seller was getting their home looked at per month. That's really good. That's basically once every 3 days someone is walking into the average listing. So activity is not doing nearly as good as it used to. If you're getting it looked at 3 times per month, you're average. That's just the average. That's what's happening. And again, if you're not getting that many times, you're probably priced too high. More than likely, that's what's going on. And you're gonna have to either figure out, are we gonna adjust the price, or are we gonna come up with a different plan? Meaning, are we gonna take it off of the market? Are we gonna decide to rent this out, or just keep it and hold it until the market improves to where we want it to be? So that's something as a seller, you're gonna have to think about if you're not getting this kind of activity. Unless your realtor's really just not doing any marketing. If they haven't done anything to get your home out there, get exposure on it, then yeah, that might be it. That might be it. But more than likely, it has to do with the price. Like 90% of the time, it has to do with the price. So, I've even seen homes that there's one photo done. It looked like they were done with a Nokia camera, and that home sells, faster than average because it was priced well. So price does everything. You can go ahead and I could hire a news company to come in with a helicopter and put your home all over the place and bring as much traffic as I can doing that. And what's going to end up happening is they're not just going to look at your house. They're going to look at everything else around it, right? And then if they find a better priced home, they're going to go with that one. Even if it's, you did some upgrades on it or whatever. If that one is priced, let's say $50,000 less than yours, they're gonna be like, well, with this $50,000, we could go ahead and do what we want. Maybe they don't like the colors you picked. Maybe they don't like the landscaping you did. Maybe they didn't like, whatever it is that you think would make your home worth more. Maybe it's not their taste. Maybe they don't like it. So it's that could be why. That could really be why your home's not selling. It's just that you're priced too high. So looking at this, my interpretation, my opinion, what's going to happen here in the future is we're going to have an increase in inventory in season. We're going to have more activity from buyers than we've had in a long time, especially with what is going on with interest rates right now, that they are trending downwards. We're going to have more sales. We're going to have more pending sales. Days on market is going to go down. Which means buyers, you're going to have to make quicker decisions. You're not going to have as much options out there. And sellers, you are going to be able to get your home under contract quicker. You're going to have more people looking at your home, and probably even get a better price. I don't know if I would say that the average sales price is going to go up. I don't really see that happening. I really don't. I really just don't see that happening. I think it's going to kind of just float. It's going to go up and down. Obviously, it's not going to just stay flat month over month, but I don't think we're going to see a jump in it at all. I just think we're going to see more activity, more homes getting absorbed, more buyers in the market, and I don't foresee prices just jumping up at all. I just don't see it happening. Now that being said, that's it. I'm going to close out my my year-end review. So again, sellers, expect to get your home sold quicker than before. You'll have a more competitive price that you can get your home sold for. Price it right. Price it right in the beginning. Buyers, you're going to have less options, but it's still going to be considered to be a buyer's market. For the foreseeable future. I don't see that changing in the next year at all, even with interest rates doing what they're doing right now. Just don't see it happening. So again, my name is Joshua Otto. Thank you again for tuning into the channel. If you like this video, make sure to press that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that way you can stay notified for all my new videos I got coming out. And I'll talk to you soon. You guys take care.